Good morning, Professor. I'm just trying to explain these slides so that you can correct me for the better version. So here I am took the case from the Japan transport site, which is amlit.go.jp, and this is a fire accident on the general cargo ship Taigan. So just started with the table content or accident summary, vessel information, location of the accident, view of the vessel, outline of the accident investigation, possible causes, factual information, locations of casualties, damage to vessel, and conclusion. Accident summary is no accident type is a fire and it happened on May 16, 2013, somewhere midnight 1:30, 1:40 a.m. The location was Wakinai city. It is in Japan actually, in Hokkaido area, and this is the location of technical, which is with the north and east coordinates. Further, no, it was 22 crew on board, and ship was on the berth number 2. Um, in Hokkaido Wakari City port. And the fire started around 1:30 a.m. and to 1:40 a.m. May 16. And later on, afternoon, it was extinguished by fire brigade external source on May 16. There was 6 crew member dead and 3 people injured, and bridge deck, the poop deck, and the upper deck were burned out. Bit of the vessel information, IMO number, and other technical information relevant to the vessel is provided here. It was the gross tonnage of 497. Engine was one diesel engine, and output was 885 kilowatt. And little bit information and classification society was a Global Marine Bureau, the Republic of Korea. This is a little bit geographical location of the port, Wakani City in Japan. And this is the view of the vessel from the starboard side and the port side on that berth. So the outline of accident investigation, from Japan Transport Safety Board and the marine accident investigator carry out this analysis. So they collected all the evidence next day, and couple of days they following up with the interview with the different staff and other scenes, and try to collect as much as information they can bring and come to the conclusion. And they took around the ship, uh, took the pictures to analyze what was the actual cause. So the actual cause was somewhere found, which they have come to conclusion, like a refrigerated engineer on board, a smoke on the bed in the cabin, and then the fire catches his bed close, and then from here is spread surroundings where it catches the fire to flammable material. This is like event leading to the accident. Some factual information is the on 14th May, the vessel has berthed with 52 tons of king crabs. That is the cargo which on board, and like couple of days it has to unload this, and then on May 16, the day this incident happened, it's supposed to be sailed again for different destination. So the day before evening, there were some crew changes, one chief officer and the 4 other member who were supposed to join came to the ship, and there was some space was not available for one incoming chief officer, so he returned to the lodging facility in the city, and remaining 4 members stayed on the vessel that night. So later in the evening, sorry. So later in the evening, late night, chief radio officer from his cabin is just woke up from the suffocation and he smelled the smoke. And he opened the door and find out like what is the scenario at other rooms. So he saw like through the gap there is a in front of that refrigerator engineer room, and he's like very close to the flame, and around his feet like flame raising up. And he also saw like a smoldering cushion falling off the refrigerator bed, and the fire on the wall side spreading nearby flammable material. So he opened the door, rushed through the corridor to engine room, shouting the aloud, and he came back with a portable fire extinguisher installed in the engine room. But flame was so, explosive, you can say, so fierce that he could not do anything with the fire extinguisher. So it was like, very bad situation, and the fire was uncontrolled, and there was no like kind of fixed installation something. So there was like plenty casualties over there, almost six people dead, and three people were injured. And in investigation it was found like one was burnt, and the remaining five was died because of the carbon monoxide poisoning. And other three which those who have injured, one was a second engineer who suffered the heat burn in his nasal cavity and required 6-day hospitalization. Other was the ordinary seaman. He suffered the carbon monoxide poison, and then he received the medical treatment and left the hospital for the same day. And the third one, cook, suffered like between first to second degree heat burn, 40 to 55% his head, chest, both arms and back, requiring hospitalization for 3 months or longer. This is the area where fire has damaged on the bridge deck. You can see like this all burnt out. And same like on the poop deck. These photographs are self-explanatory. What happened with the like with a small negligence and at all, because that atmosphere is, everywhere you have risk, you have flammable material, you have the source everywhere in short. And if you give the ignition source and oxygen is there, so it is very easy to I mean happen similar kind of things anywhere in this kind of the smart atmosphere. With a detailed investigation from the Japan Transport Society Safety Board, it was somewhat like they come to conclusion, yeah, definitely it happened from that room. They have tried to verify it like with electrical fire or something, but nothing was like on that conclusion. The best evidence which is supporting was only this conclusion. This started from this room from refrigerator engineer smoke on the bed, and this was the like final cause they find out. They left like as discussed before, 4 out of 6 who died in the accident joined the vessel on the previous night. It is somewhat likely that 4 who have not been provided training or instruction how to act event of the fire, which included information about the escape route. I mean, these people have joined us last night, they don't have any familiarization with escape route, location of the fire extinguisher, did not know anything about it was a late night joining. So I mean they have no clue from where they have to come out, from there they have to go. So it is like somewhat the casualties has been prevent or can be minimized if this new crew member have been just like joined the vessel, have been further training instruction how to act in the event of fire, which includes information about the location of the fire extinguisher. And it is obviously like these things have seriously overlooked. And there was some a small construction also change, uh, I mean few years back in this ship. So there was one stairway way was here before, which was removed because this is providing to the uh, passage to steering gear aft side, and where there was no like a fire effect. So if this structure has been not removed, there's a possibility like all have moved from here to aft, and life can be saved. So I mean these things has been found. And with this all accident analysis, it was advised to management company and the owner, like I mean the vessel should ensure the onboard smoking policy. I mean no one should like only in designated area, especially in the like common room, they can. But yeah, it's really serious thing which took all the life and lot of damage. And whenever the new crew member comes, they have to have proper familiarization training and information about the escape route, location of the fire extinguisher. This has to be like provided ASAP, as soon as possible, to the new joiners. And to avoid the situation where no emergency escape route available depending on whether the fire breaks out, it is desirable that vessels should secure at least two escape routes, for example one on the force side and one for the off sides. So this is just a quick summary. I will do it more present way. This is like a rough kind of presentation for you on the verbal side. But I just prepared this slide, and maybe you can advise me to make it better. Thank you so much.